All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and I've been having all sorts of problems trying to get this thing to work, so I want to show you what I did. I tried to add a migration, and it came back and it told me this no store type was specified for decimal property, so I put this error, or it's a warning because it's yellow. All right, and what it said was I should go back into my on model create here and add this stuff here. Let it know it's trying to protect me, for lack of better words. It's telling me that the biggest size we should expect for a percentage is 5 places, 2 after the decimal place, so 999.99. Same thing with the sales amount. Same thing with the hourly employees, with the hourly rate and the hours worked. I did notice that for my piece worker employees, I left the S off, so I fixed that. And again, for the price per piece, same kind of thing. It's a lot bigger than it has to be, but at least I'm putting a size in there, and the same thing for the salary. All right. In fact, salary 9999.99 should be okay. 9999. That says 8 digits, 2 after the decimal place, so 999999.99. That should be fine. It also said I should come back in here, and where I'd mapped these tables, I was getting an error, so I commented that out. After I did all that, I was told I should add another file in here called a factory file. And basically what this does is when the Entity Framework tools take control of the program, it's telling it how to create a context because it didn't know how. All right, so I put that in. Then I found a thing online that said, you know what, you don't even need that. Just put in an empty constructor. So I went in and put in an empty constructor, and guess what? That didn't do anything. I'm just showing you here that there was the empty constructor. Now, when I did all this, it came back that it gave me an error when I tried to update the database, and it only created this DB employee abstract. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the database. Try to. Looks like it let me do that. And I'm going to do a file save all on here. I don't know if it's going to let me do a remove migration. I might have to do an update database first. So I'm going to try to do here remove migration. I might get an error here. What that does, for lack of better words, is it's going to remove the migration that I had in here. The whole folder is gone now. So let's clear this and let's try to add the migration again. If I get a different error or it's some kind of an error, I'll have to stop and try to fix it. Well, that's good. There's my migrations. Now, if I come back to here, and I've got to do an update database now. Remember, that set everything up, and this should actually do the creation. So if this comes back, if I just get my prompt now, that's great. So let's go back here to databases, and let's refresh and see if I've got now a payroll database. There it is. And under tables, I only have these 2 tables. I shouldn't have those. I should have all of my tables. Not only that, it looks like it's creating it incorrectly. I looked at this before. This has got in here, this is the other one that I talked about creating, and I don't want that. I don't know what the hay is going on here. But when I looked in here, let's see. See, it's creating the DB abstract, but that's not what I want. All right. So let's go back and look at the DB abstract. That might be the problem. See, all that's supposed to be in there is this. I thought it would be creating that's what I thought that would look like. So I'm not sure if this is correct or incorrect. All right. So I'm going to pause for just a second, see if I can figure it out. Okay, this is another example of trying to fix one error and introducing another error. I'm told now that I should take this has discriminator thing and comment it out, and then take what I commented out, mapping these tables, and comment it back in. Like that. All right, so I've saved all that. Then I'm told I should drop the database. I just have been removing it, but it's cleaner, they're right, to say drop database PayrollDB. Is that one? Well, then let's just remove it like this. Delete and close any connections. It's gone. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to remove the migrations folder. So that's now gone. Now I'm going to try, see, the problem is it was creating the database, but it was only creating the employee DB abstract file. So let's clear this. Let's try to do it again. So add migration, initial create. This could introduce other problems. Build failed. Son of a gun. Oh. See, that's the problem, is when this does fail like that, you get no error message. Make sure I did what was suggested here. Remove that, move this over, and move this over. That's what it said, was to get rid of that discriminator. And it said to bring these back, and that's what whoa. That could be a problem. I don't know. Let's try it again. File, save all. Let's try building it again and see if that was the problem. No, it said build succeeded, so probably was it. Sometimes in my haste to get things done, I do it way too fast. So let's try to do an update database and see if we get 5 tables. Well, those are both terrific. All right. So we have to go back and refresh our database here. We should now have PayrollDB. We do. And under tables, we now have all the tables. Here's our, here's our DB abstract. Yes, that's all that it should have in it. Good. Here's our hourly employee. That's good. Here's our piece worker employee. That's good. Here is our commission employee. That's good. And here's our salaried employee. Whoops. No. And that's good. All right, I'm going to close all these. Close that. I'm going to close virtually everything I've got. But I want to show you one thing before I head on. And that is the next phase of this. In the next phase, now that I've got all this, I've got my database, all right, is now I want to go into my forms. And in this form right here, this is my main form. I think this is orange now in color. This will come up in a second. Clear this now. All right, let me move these over. Way over. There we go. And move this over quite a bit as well. All right. Now, as of right now, when I run this program, and it should run, but I'm not doing anything with databases in it right now. But the point is this. There is my main form. I can go to hourly and back. I can go to piece worker and back. I can go to commission worker and back. I can go to salaried worker and back. What I want to do is I want to get rid of in each one of these, all right, I want to get rid of text boxes and I want to get rid of labels and I want to replace those. So just as an example, in here, what I want is a data grid view. And in that data grid view, I want to be able to create a new hourly employee, read or list all of the current hourly employees, update a current hourly employee, or delete a current hourly employee. In the same way, I want to be able to go in and create a piece worker employee, list all piece worker employees, update an individual piece worker employee, or delete an individual piece worker employee. I want to be able to go in and create a commission employee, list or read all commission employees, update an existing commission employee, or delete an existing commission employee. And same with salary. I want to be able to go in and create a salaried employee. All right, create a new salaried employee, list all salaried employees, update an existing salaried employee, or delete an existing salaried employee. And I got to think about this because I haven't written this part yet, and I'm going to do it after this one is over. And that is whether or not I think I'd like to just remove all these fields and just replace it with a data grid view. All right. So that's what I've got next on the docket here. And I will be back with that shortly on that. I will see you then.